Questions and comments. The honourable member from Vancouver Kingsway.
Thank you, Will. I remember when the Conservatives were for tax cuts, but maybe it's because it's the Conservatives who brought in the GST that makes them so sensitive to cutting it. But it's funny, my honourable colleague talked about pennies for cheese puffs, and he called it chump change. Now, I want to say this is what the proposed GST cut will be on. Children's clothing and footwear and diapers, yes. Children's car seats, yes. Food and beverages in groceries and in restaurants, children's toys, print newspapers and printed books. And it's estimated that the average family will spending $2,000 on qualifying goods, especially if they live in Ontario or Atlantic Canada, where the HST will also be removed, will save about $360 over the 2-month period. I want to ask my colleague, does he say that saving people $360 is chump change? Is that what he's telling families, that $360 means so little to him that it's chump change to him? Well,
the honourable member from Calgary Forest Lawn.
Mr. Speaker, this isn't a tax cut. This is an inflationary tax trick. It temporarily takes the tax off of things like cheese puffs and pennies off of Pringles. If that member really has the courage to face Canadians for once, instead of them propping up this corrupt Prime Minister for the greed of their leader's $2.2 million pension, they should put Canadians over their leader's pension. Call a carbon tax election now so common sense Conservatives can fire all these clowns and we can replace them with a common sense Conservative government that will axe the tax for good.
Point of order, the honourable member from Vancouver Kingsway.
I would ask my honourable colleague to withdraw that comment. Calling parliamentarians clowns in this place is unparliamentary and it's unbecoming him. I ask for him to withdraw that comment immediately.
Just one moment. Just one moment, please. Can I just... The honourable member from Perth Wellington is rising on the same point of order.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would say that it is offensive to clowns to be compared to the NDP.
Point of order. Colleagues, the honourable member from London, Fanshawe, rising on the same point of order.
I think that are warranted, considering the former comments from the colleague from Perth Wellington.
I'm going to just... So the honourable member from Calgary Forest Lawn used language which I would say would not be conducive to making sure that a debate can happen here, but because it wasn't directed at a particular member, usually there's a lot of latitude in terms of the language which is being involved. So we're going to move on. The honourable member, l'honorable député de Manicouagan.
The honourable member from Manicouagan. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. May I go ahead? Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The honourable member who is rising on a point of order, the honourable member from Port Moody Quitland.
Speaker, I also wanted to point out that the member said he was going to fire the clowns. It was directed at people, and he doesn't have any power to fire anyone, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
Power over people do not.
I thank the honourable member. That is, the Speaker has already ruled on that.